Hello, we're
Hey,
back.
welcome back. Today, we'd like to talk about something that I think is a very common occurrence out there, and just kind of by way of getting started, does this sound like you? Have you ever received an email or a comment, or you're having a conversation with somebody and you get highly triggered by something that somebody else has said, and they can kind of see that you've been a little bit triggered, and they're like, hey, don't take that personally.
Well, there's that. And also, the other thing is people teaching that, teaching it, especially in business. Don't take rejection, don't take it personally when you get rejected or when somebody doesn't want your things. That you or your services or your products or whatever, don't take it personally. And that can be really difficult.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. And it can be really paralyzing, right? Yeah.
absolutely, it can keep you stuck. It can
Mm.
keep you
Mhm.
from uh, moving forward with what you do and helping other people, because you kind of get frozen.
Yeah, so let's kind of jump into this a little bit. Like, what do we do? What do we do? Because I know that I've been in places where it's like, I shouldn't be taking this personally. I know that it's like, but it is
Well,
overwhelming.
and that's the point I wanted to make.
Hmm.
Don't take it personally sounds like good advice. It sounds like it should
Hmm.
be
Yeah.
helpful. However, it is, and for, if you can not take it personally, fantastic, that's great, but not everyone is able to do that, and there's a very, very good reason why we take things personally. And that's really what we wanted to highlight today, because I know that as I see these posts from other, from
Hmm.
people saying, don't take it personally, and it's not personal. I know that there are a lot of people out there, like I used to be, thinking, of course it's personal. I can't not take it personally, or trying really hard not to take it personally, but unable to
Yeah.
do that.
Or for me, I know that some of those words, it's like at some point you're like, no, you're just gaslighting me now.
Right. That's the other thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. And so here's what's actually going on. Saying to someone, don't take it personally, is actually, it's well meaning, of course, but it's speaking to the conscious mind, the logical mind, which is fine. Again, if the person's able to, that's fantastic. However, what's actually going on for someone who takes something personally and can't see it any other way,
Mhm.
the unconscious part of their brain is referring to the fact, to evidence that this is personal, not in so many words, but it's referring to some references in their past, and
Mhm.
they're part of
Mhm.
their
Mhm.
self-image, and then it's triggering stress chemicals that make it feel really real, that this is personal, and they can't see beyond that. It's not that they don't want to necessarily, it's that they physically can't. They don't have access to that part of their brain. And
Mhm.
so then what happens is, it's like, I know what I want to say. It's like it's like looking at the world, and you've got red lenses, glasses with red lenses on. And it's clearly red. Everything's red. Obviously, it's red because that's what you're looking through, and you don't realize that you've got those glasses on. Someone else who is able to not take it personally has blue lenses on, is going, it's not personal. It's not
Yeah.
personal. But you looking through the red lenses, it is personal. There's no other way of seeing it. However, I just want to say, sorry, I just want to say before you, is that when you take the red glasses off and you put the blue glasses on, that's the only way to see the world that way. That is the only way to see clearly for yourself that it's, oh yeah, it's not personal. And that happens then automatically. You don't even have to try. I'm sorry, I wanted to just finish
No.
that thought.
And as you were talking, I think it's a great analogy, and that notion of, I can only see the world in red, because that's the filter that I'm wearing. I was just, imagining somebody saying, instead of, don't take it so personally, it's like, stop seeing the world so red. It's like
exactly.
impossible. Can't do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so the great news is that you can change the references that your brain is referring to that prove that what you're experiencing is personal.
Okay, now question, how do we do that?
So first of all, just very briefly, all of us have a self-image and worldview in the unconscious part that the unconscious part of our brain is referring to. And it's a structure, it's a physical structure. And so as we go through life, as we perceive things, as we see things, as we hear things, as we feel things, as we experience things, the brain is constantly referring to that self-image, that structure of self-image and worldview, and determining what we're experiencing means according to that, not according to fact, not according to objectivity. It's, of course, completely subjective. So as the brain refers to that, it then triggers chemicals that create these feelings of there's no point to this, I'm not good enough, they hate me, or this isn't going to work, or however that personal experience or taking something personally is represented for you. And then the conscious mind joins in with that, because that's all we're feeling. Those are the only glasses we're able to look through. So when we change the so-called evidence that proves those aspects of our self-belief and worldview, then we experience the same situations, people saying the same kind of thing, but it doesn't occur to us to take it personally because we don't have a reference for that. And one of the things that I know we've spoken about before is John Travolta doing an interview with Adam Stott. And John Travolta had, he auditioned when he was like 16 years old in New York, in Manhattan, and somebody said to him that he should get out of the business. He didn't have any potential. And here's the key, is that his perception of that comment was just, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. It didn't even occur to him to see it as a thing, as real, to take it personally. And the reason for that is he didn't have the references. His brain was not referring to references that there's anything lacking in him. It was referring to the fact, the so-called fact and evidence, that he has what it takes, and it must be just that person doesn't know what they're talking about. And I'm sure you've come across people who, will have a certain reaction to comments like trolls. When you have people being mean in comments, for example, some people will take it personally and feel frustrated, angry, upset, worried, judged, all of that. And other people will just go, I don't know what their problem is, but anyway, moving on, or won't register at all. The difference is not the conscious mind deciding to not take it personally. The difference is one person has a reference for the fact that it's personal, and another person has an unconscious reference for the fact that it's not personal.
So how do we change that?
Right. That was your original question. So how to change it is a big oh, there's comments. Can you see them? I don't have my glasses on.
We've just some recognition, some smiley faces. Hello. And that kind of thing from Pranovi Gaming. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your comments. We love getting comments. Yes. So what have I done? Oh, there we go. This is me trying to do things without my glasses on.
Yeah, well, you can, you can put your glasses on.
So changing those references is a big topic, and there's a lot to it, because you need to know what the references are, how they're formed, and then how to change them. And we actually have a free masterclass that goes into all of those details that you can register for. The link is in the description, and you can sign up for that, and you'll get all of the training and information on that.
Yeah. And if I can just say, one sentence about that, that without going into too much detail about that, those references and whatever it is that we experienced in childhood, I think one really important thing to kind of know about that. And I'll just kind of tease out a little bit what we're talking about in that mastermind that we're doing.
Masterclass.
Masterclass. Sorry. Is that whatever it is that we experienced back then that formed our worldview and that self-image that we're holding, all of that is not happening in this right now moment. It's no longer happening. It's just data that has been stored in our mind.
But the unconscious part of the brain can't tell the difference between reality and imagination, or the past and the present. There is no concept of linear time. So to the unconscious part of the brain, everything's happening right now. And that's the key.
Everything is happening right now, and it's just data. And we're very adept at being able to change. All of us are very adept at being able to change the data. So that's kind of a little bit of a look into what we'll be talking about. Please join us. I'm thinking, we'll
see you in there.
We will definitely have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye-bye. I don't think I'm pressing it. Oh, there we go.